Hi, this is Ike from Groovy Entertainment. Today we got another book and record to play for you. Today's book is Raggedy Ann and Andy, Book of Manners from 1981. So let's get started.
This is your Raggedy Ann and Andy read-along book. Every time you hear this chime, it means that you are to turn the page in your storybook. Now we are ready to begin our adventure into the land of fun. Open your book, and we will start Raggedy Ann and Andy's Book of Manners. Remember, when you hear the chime, turn the page. It was a lovely day. The sunlight streamed through the open window of the playroom where Raggedy Ann and Andy lived. The sound of children laughing could be heard coming from the garden below. Raggedy Ann wondered what was going on down there. So she climbed off the rocking chair and ran over to the window. She climbed up the curtain, and in no time at all, she was on the window ledge looking out into the garden. Down in the garden, Marcella and her friends were having a wonderful time.
My, it looks like they're having a tea party.
Thought Anne.
And it looks as if they're having a lot of fun.
Just then, Raggedy Ann heard Susie Pincushion call up to her.
Anne, what are you looking at?
Raggedy Ann jumped from the window ledge and landed with a thump on the floor of the playroom. She got up and dusted herself off. She said to Susie Pincushion,
Marcella and her girlfriends are having a tea party. They're having a wonderful time. Why don't you have a tea party for all of us?
asked Susie. Raggedy Ann thought for a moment and began to giggle.
Yes, we haven't had a tea party in a long time. I think we would have a good time.
Susie Pincushion said that they should invite all the dolls in the playroom to the tea party. Ann said,
Yes, let's. You can bake some of your marvelous cookies, and I'll ask Babette to help me with the tea.
Susie Pincushion hurried off to her special place in the playroom and started to bake her cookies. Raggedy Ann ran over to the dollhouse and knocked on the door. As soon as Babette opened the door, Raggedy Ann told her about the plans for the tea party. Babette said,
It will be fun to have a tea party.
Raggedy Ann and Babette began to make the tea and set the table for the party. In just a little while, everything was ready. Raggedy Ann ran all over the playroom, inviting all her friends to the party. Soon, all the dolls had arrived.
This is so much fun.
Said the twin Teddy dolls. Everyone sat down and started to eat the cookies and drink the tea. The dolls were having a wonderful time.
Let's do this more often.
Said Susie Pincushion, and the dolls all agreed. Suddenly, the door to the dollhouse opened, and into the room came the Loony Knight. He laughed.
What is going on here?
The dolls could not believe that the Loony Knight had just rushed in and jumped right into the middle of the party.
Oh, I love cookies.
He said,
And I love tea, too. So I'll help myself to some.
Shame on you.
exclaimed Raggedy Ann.
You were not invited, and it's very bad manners to pop into a room as you did without knocking.
Manners?
Asked the Loony Knight.
What are manners?
Don't you know about manners? Well, I think it's about time you learned.
Said Raggedy Ann, as she took the Loony Knight by his hand and led him out of the dollhouse. She took him to the middle of the playroom, where all the building blocks lay. She climbed up one and called to all her friends.
Everyone, come over here. I have something important to tell you.
Soon all the dolls and toys gathered around Raggedy Ann and the Loony Knight.
Friends,
said Raggedy Ann.
The loony knight does not know what manners are. Oh, I think we should teach him about proper manners.
The dolls agreed, for manners were very important. Raggedy Andy said,
Anne went to school with Marcella and learned all about manners. Didn't you, Anne?
Yes, I did. Now, I will be the teacher, and I hope you learn your lessons well.
the Loony Knight looked up with a silly smile on his face and said,
Very well. I'll try.
First of all, it's very important to knock before you open the door, and then ask, may I come in?
the Loony Knight smiled and said,
I'll remember that.
Everybody should always remember that when you ask for something, you should always say please and may I. When someone gives you something, you should always say thank you.
Andy raised his hand and said,
When you're in school, you should always raise your hand and wait till the teacher calls on you.
That's right, Andy.
said Raggedy Ann.
Does anyone else know any important matters?
Susie Pincushion raised her hand and said,
I knew one. I think it's very important never to interrupt anyone when they are speaking. You should always wait till they are finished before you speak. Don't you think that's important?
Raggedy Ann nodded her head and said,
Certainly is important.
the camel with the wrinkled knees cleared his throat and said,
My mother told me this when I was very little. You should cover your mouth when you sneeze or when you cough. I always do it.
Raggedy Ann said,
That is very important. I heard Marcella's mother tell her that too.
the Jack-in-the-Box said,
When you're in line in school or at the movies, you should never push the edge of the person in front of you. You should wait your turn quietly.
That's a wonderful rule to remember.
said Raggedy Ann. Babette, the French doll, raised her hand and said,
You should never point at people. It is very important not to point. That's right.
said Raggedy Ann. Raggedy Andy stood up and asked,
Do you know the most important rule in good manners?
dolls and toys said, oh.
Never talk about someone behind their back. It is very bad manners.
That's true.
said the camel.
It is not a nice thing to do.
The Loony Knight turned to Raggedy Ann and said,
Thank you for telling me these things. I never knew anything about good or bad manners.
Well, now you know. You think you can remember all the things we talked about?
asked Raggedy Ann.
Oh, I think so. Let me see if I do. Always knock at a door and ask if you may come in before opening it. Always say please and thank you and may I. How am I doing so far?
asked the smiling Loony Knight. Raggedy Ann and Andy both nodded their heads and said,
You're doing very nicely.
the Loony Knight began to dance around the room, saying to each and every toy and doll that it was not polite to speak when someone else was talking, and never talk about anyone behind their back, and never point,
Always say please and thank you and you're welcome.
he chanted. Raggedy Ann called out.
You're doing very well.
The Loony Knight raced around the room, faster and faster, saying,
Always raise your hand in school. Never push in front of someone in a line. I think I've learned my manners very well. What do you think?
All the dolls giggled and laughed and said,
You certainly have.
the Looney Knight then ran up the curtain to the window ledge. He made a deep bow and called out,
Thank you. You're welcome. Please and may I? I love learning about manners, but now I have to leave. Goodbye, everyone.
With those words, he jumped out of the playroom window and rushed all the way back to Looneyland to tell everyone there about good manners. Raggedy Ann said to her friend,
I think you all learned a little more about good manners today, don't you?
toys and dolls nodded their heads in agreement. Raggedy Andy ran over to his sister and said to her,
You're so smart. You always have good manners.
then he gave her a little kiss.
That's for being the most wonderful sister in all the world.
Raggedy Ann then took Andy by the hand and they started to dance. All the toys and dolls joined in. Everyone was very happy. And why not? The playroom in Marcella's house was the best place to be in the whole wide world.
So that was Raggedy Ann and Andy, Book of Manners from 1981. So if you like, subscribe, share, and comment, and have a groovy day. And our next book will be Franklin Ride a Bike.